Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Natdog's Builds. In last episode, we focused on the exteriors of the main house and the 4 guest houses. And this episode, I will be focusing on the walls and the front gate. I start off with the first wall, connecting from the main house to the guest houses. And for the exterior of the walls, I'm using stripped spruce logs. And for the flooring, I'm using spruce planks to match with the houses, as well as deep slate bricks and dark oak leaves to match with the trees. Now I'm focusing on lamp posts to put around the wall to make it a little more spiffy. So I settled with chiseled polished black stone for the base, and wooded fences with deep slate walls around glowstone, then hanging lamps from chains, and then red nether brick, and then a torch at the top of it, which you'll see in a moment. There we go, and adding one more over here to make a total of 5 lamps. Now coming over to the sides of the walls, putting a lamp over there in the corner. Instead of using nether bricks for what I used for the houses, I used red nether bricks to make it a little more, to make the walls stand out a little more. And I put deep slate slabs underneath, making sure the alignments are correct. Putting a rose bush and a lamp on the side there. And now I'm going to focus on the windows, making little openings with nether brick on the bottom, with oak leaves, and then with nether brick slabs on the top, with lance hanging on the bottom. Now coming over to the other side of the wall, basically doing the same thing. And you notice it's not red nether brick, but I'll fix that later on. And I'm basically doing the same thing as I did on the other side. And I'm putting in 3 windows on this side because of the length of the wall. And to not make it look so plain, I added some decoration to the walls with some fencing and deep slate brick wall, as well as some grass block over deep slate stairs, and putting some rose bushes and different kind of flowers to make it look more beautiful. Getting up a close-up here so you can see what I'm doing. Making sure the alignments are correct. there's one complete wall. It looks pretty good. Now coming to the entrances, I use deep slate stairs with deep slate walls and wooden posts for the entrance. Coming up closer, put some grass blocks, some rose bushes, and trapdoors. See which ones fit more. And that entrance is looking pretty good. And as we pan around to the inside, there's nothing in there, but hopefully I'll be able to do the interiors of the houses soon. Just hit that like button and subscribe, and if this video gets up there, I'll begin episode 3. Now coming in between the houses, I start off with spruce logs and spruce planking for the flooring, of course, but then I decided to make it a little more extravagant with stripped spruce logs with spruce logs hanging on the sides to let it match the housing a little more. Of course, I use deep slate bricks and oak leaves on the top, making the sides with deep slate walls and spruce fencing with red nether bricks and regular deep slate bricks with trapdoors to match the house a little more. And that looks pretty good, and I copy and pasted it on the other side. Some little errors there with the copy and paste, but I quickly fixed that up. And I did the same thing with the entrance as before, with stone bricks and fencing with rose bushes on the top there. And there it is. The spacing is good and done. And instead of doing the whole process again, I copy and pasted the side wall. And there we go. And there. Copy and paste is so handy when you need it. Now it's time to get started on the main entrance. So I made 8 deep slate pillars. And I rose them up high enough to reach the level of the houses. Instead of doing that, I copy and pasted it on all 8, and that makes the work so much more efficient. And I realized they were too high, one too high. Now I'm figuring out where to place the flooring where it connects to the other walls where you can walk through. Now to complete the roof, and I decided that it's going to be straight up flat, but with decorations on top. And I used deep slate bricks and nether walls to make it a little crown shape for the entrance, and used not glowstone, but a kind of a different kind of lighting to give it more of a feel. And then putting deep slate stairs around the top. You can't really see what I'm doing in there, so I turn around, give you a feel of the pattern I'm doing in there with regular bricks and the same lights, with deep slate slabs and deep slate stairs to make a sort of a pattern to match more with the evil fortress in the background there. Doing the same thing on the left side. And I'm doing it on the bottoms as well on the other side. And we'll come through here so you can see. I'm using some chiseled deep slate for the entrance with deep slate slabs on the bottom with stairs and walls coming down the middle. And using the deep slate stairs, I put them at an angle so they're facing left. And the same thing I'm going to do on the right side. I'm going to do a copy and paste. There's the front of the entrance right there. It's looking really good so far. And I wanted to make the top a little more extravagant, so using stone brick and the pearl scent frog lights from above. And using stone brick stairs, making a sort of pattern along with slabs. The pattern looks pretty good, and I liked how it turned out. A little more detail. There we go. Front entrance. I'm putting some stairs in there to make it not so plain walking through. And then using copy and paste. Boom. And there we go. Oh, and that front entrance gate is looking mighty fine. Now I'm continuing on more of the walls, and going through this, I kind of messed up on the aligning from gate to the houses, so that took me quite a while to correct. And why didn't I copy and paste the walls like I did over there? Because the walls over there on the other side are a little shorter than on this side, so I had to completely do it from scratch. Once it looked all good, I then commenced with putting in spruce planks for the flooring and then connecting it with the deep slate stairs and bricks to the entrance. And then making that pattern with stone bricks and then glass and then stone steps to make the entrance more extravagant. Then using chiseled black stone to give it more detail with stone wall and stairs. And then some lamps there to complete it. And coming around to do the outside of the walls. Give a little more detail there in the corner. Now it's the same as the other walls. I use stone brick and oak leaves around. Then putting in the places where the lamps I made on the other walls should go. And then using copy and paste. It took me a few tries to get the alignments right. I had to go around. That looks more neat. I realized one of the lamps were not really in place. And there we go. Coming around here now to do the side of the wall. And I know it's not red stair nether, and I will come back and fix that in a moment. Then putting in the windows. And it's on this wall where I realized my mistake. So right now I'm replacing the nether brick with red nether brick. And here I put the nether brick stairs one too high. And I realized that going forward when I start putting in the windows. It was right there that I realized the problem with the nether brick stairs roofing, and I went around to see if there were other problems. And once I put in this pillar here, I realized my roofing mistake. And then went back, checked. Then lowered the window a little bit, and then redid the roofing completely to make it match the other side. Then once I corrected my mistake, I then commenced with completing the side of the walls, and correcting the windows, then trying to match the walls with the short walls, with grass blocks, stone brick stairs with flowers, rose bushes, and phony bushes. Now continuing through here, I'll talk about what will happen in the next episode. I'll be building on the inside of the walls, like putting a fountain in between in the middle there, and making the paths around it, maybe a garden inside. Now if you want me to upload this video, make sure you put a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already, because that will be a much more interesting build than this. And the outside looked pretty good. Now copy and pasting the entrance to this guest house from the other side, making some adjustments there. Now coming around, I will copy and paste that wall to the right side of the entrance. Now as we pan around, we get a good view of what it's looking like so far, and I'd say it's looking pretty good so far. And there we go, the walls and the entrance of the mansion are complete. Now next episode, I will be doing the fountain and the inside, that plain area there. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, so I can put up that episode right away. Go up, click that subscribe button, and turn on bell notifications for when I upload my next video.